And then he proceeds to ask me questions like,
So what's your favorite song by us?
and,
How long have you been listening to us?
and well, this was the point of interaction where I had to somehow diffuse this uncomfortable scenario with some quick thinking. Don't forget to hit subscribe and smack that bell button to become an honorary Fear Raiser member so that you never miss a video.
Oh! Hey! What are you guys doing here? This is the last place I was expecting to see you. Oh, I see. You're here for another story. Last one didn't satisfy you, did it? That's okay. I still got plenty more up my sleeve. Come with me to the garage. That's where I was going. And I will tell you guys a new story there. Let's go. Okay, I need this. Okay, you got me. I can't really play guitar, but I do have a question. What is it about bands when there's always that one person in the band that is just completely full of themselves? You know when you hear about bands that break up because of drama, or there was just something going on within the band that no one really knew about? Well, I think the person that I will be referring to in this story today definitely fits that description.
So, a couple of years ago in our mall, only mall, I should say, there is a store that I am, for the most part, quite fond of. It's full of random stuff, from relevant merch to random knickknacks, to which I usually dabble in the casual glance every time I'm there. The person who worked there at the store, however, was not exactly the most friendly guy, which used to get under my skin whenever I interacted with him. So, a few weeks later, I heard about a local band that had been rising to the scene and becoming pretty popular in recent months. A band that I'm just gonna call the Space Spaceships for this story. After hearing about them from all my friends, locals, and practically finding it impossible to avoid hearing them on the radio, I had been persuaded by some friends to see them live at a concert.
Okay, alright, granted. I still wasn't really listening to the music, but I mean, am I gonna turn down a social interaction when I barely leave my home to begin with? So we end up going to the concert, and to my surprise, they were actually pretty good. I know! Crazy, right? Strangely enough, they were a lot better in person than they were on the radio. Weird, right? I just... Music, man, it's a crazy thing.
When all of a sudden I realized that their drummer was the guy at the store in the mall. A strange coincidence, I suppose, but where I live doesn't exactly have the biggest population, so I guess the probability of this happening was higher than you'd think. So fast forward to a few weeks later, I take a casual trip to the mall and find myself once again back at this store. And guess who's working? Yup, the guy. I remember being alone at this point in time, and considering I had seen their band live, I thought I'd turn the other cheek and talk to him about it. So, I went up to him and began to chat. Hi, you're in the Space Spaceship band, right? I said. His eyes went from dull and lifeless to full of excitement and glee.
Yes I am,
He then replied.
Thinking back to this was so awkward. Like, you'd think it would just be a normal conversation between two individuals, am I right? No. Apparently this time, that wasn't the case at all.
Within seconds, this guy is shaking with excitement and totally all over the place with his words, telling me all these things about his band, how they're going on tour, and just in complete awe, as if I was the first fan he had ever interacted with, while I'm just standing there in complete awkwardness at the fact that I barely know their band or really listen to them for that matter.
Now, bear in mind, I still didn't really listen to their music at this point. I mean, like, it just wasn't my cup of tea, okay? Like, I'll be real, you know, we all have our music tastes. I just didn't happen to like the flavor of this band. I more or less respected the guy because, you know, he goes up on stage like any musical, you know, performer who goes on stage and sings in front of a live audience. Like, do you have any idea how hard it is to go up on stage and just do something in general? Like, let alone singing or playing, you know, an instrument. Like, going on stage in front of an audience is really intimidating. So, I more or less respect him for that. So here's this guy talking to me, thinking that I'm some kind of super fan. Well, in reality, I only just happened to go to one concert, and I don't really listen to their music, and I'm just kind of awkwardly standing there just like, yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty awkward.
And then he proceeds to ask me questions like,
So what's your favorite song by us?
and,
How long have you been listening to us?
and well, this was the point of interaction where I had to somehow diffuse this uncomfortable scenario with some quick thinking. Oh, well, you see, I just only recently got into your music, but after hearing a few songs, I just had to see you live in concert. I haven't really remembered the name of your songs yet, but they're great, haha.
Nervous, sweating, and oh so regretting the fact that I put myself in this situation as I eagerly, anxiously await for his response, hoping that what I just said could get me by.
To which he responded with,
Oh, that's cool, man. Wow, that's awesome. You must be really loving our music a lot then. You'll be a fan in no time. I mean, how couldn't you be? Our music is fantastic.
Yeah, sure, pal. Yeah. Do you hear that, guys? We'll be a fan in no time. Oh my god, it's gonna happen. It's guaranteed. But their music's fantastic, guys. What can I say? Oh, fan in no time. The music. Needless to say, I was looking for a way out of. Anyways, at this point in the conversation, I was really hoping I could segue out of it because, you know, my stress levels went from like here to like up here, okay? This high, alright? It was up here. It's pretty tall. It's pretty high stress.
Thankfully, right in the nick of time, a customer needed service and asked for his assistance with something, to which I used the opportunity to leave. Before I left, he shook my hand and told me he looks forward to seeing me at more concerts, to which I politely responded with, for sure, and left.
Like, I'm not even the kind of guy that likes to get in these kind of conversations when I'm out at a mall alone. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the casual browse and the casual conversation or two, you know, a friendly chat here or there never hurt. But, you know, when we get this depth into a conversation, for some reason, my mind starts to go all over the place, alright? Now I know what you're thinking. Jordan, why you gotta be like that? You know, he's doing no harm to nobody. He thinks you're a fan, and you know, he's just having a good time. Now, I do want to point this out. This guy never did anything wrong. I mean, granted, his customer service could use some brushing up, okay? I didn't have the greatest conversations with this guy from the past, okay? He was just a rude dude. He was just a rude dude. He was just a rude dude. But besides that, you know, nothing really wrong ever came from this person. So yeah. But you know, it's really awkward when this is how you see this person from past interactions, and then you just all of a sudden see a new side to them. And it's just like, no thanks.
After that interaction, I had vowed to not go back to that store for a while since I wanted to avoid any of that happening ever again. However, the following week I ended up going back to the store because there's not that many stores in our mall. So here I am preparing for the situation to take place again because, as you guessed it, he was working. However, to my surprise, this guy didn't seem to recognize me anymore. It was just me and this dude again in the store, no one else. Him clearly not busy at all, and after saying hey to him, he replied in a rather rude, impolite manner once more, just like he used to. Did he forget about me that quick? Offended? Needless to say, we never really had a positive interaction like that ever again, as the few other times we ever interacted were back to how they were before. And to this very day, I still go to that store, and he still works there.
A few months later, their band broke up. True story. Now, I don't know why their band actually broke up, but you know, all good things come to an end someday, I guess. But either way, guys, I hope you all did enjoy this brand new story. I hope you guys are enjoying this new content. If you like what you see, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more great content. Have you had an awkward situation happen at a store at your local mall? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to check it out and comment back, reply back. I'd love to check it out. Either way, guys, thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Alright, see you guys. Bye! This is how I leave my videos now. I'll see you in the outro. Seriously, don't forget to subscribe, okay? Alright, see ya.